Alright guys, let's talk about how to beat Erlang's first form in about 5 minutes. Because this is where most players hit a wall, this isn't about mashing buttons, it's about discipline, pattern recognition and having the right setup to go into the fight. Now let's start with your gear. The best set I think you can use is the final set that you get throughout the game in chapter 6. Not because it's better than any of the rest or anything like that, it's just got the best defense paired with also having some good features like increasing your critical hit chance and reducing your spell cooldown. Now pairing that with the fan vessel and the wandering white spirit, as well as your mobilize, cloud step and your transformation Azure Dust, you'll see why we use these later on. Now starting out the fight, Erlang came on very strong. He does a very close range attacks at the start of the game. His first phase is fairly simple. Your main goal here is just to try and dodge as much as you can and try and take as much of his shield away as possible before you go and use any of your transformations or your vessel or stuff like that. Now the main part of this fight is actually getting rid of his shield, as when he has his shield up you don't do any damage. It's pretty simple to do so. All you have to do is hit him with some heavy attacks and use your vessel and transformations, which will show you exactly how to do that. Once you get his shield down to about half, you can use your transformation. The reason we use this one is Erlang, for whatever reason, doesn't attack you. I don't exactly know why, but basically from what I can gather, it's that he sees you as a lower form and doesn't feel like it's necessary to attack you, and for this reason it is definitely the best one for this fight. It takes a massive chunk out of his shield, although it doesn't do a lot of actual damage while he's shielded, it just destroys his shield. Once you actually take his shield away and get him to the point where he will take real damage, he gets staggered a lot easier and takes obviously a lot more damage. Now you don't have to use the immobilize spell, but it does help a lot to just freeze frame him for a little bit to get a good combination off to take some damage. Now his second stage in this fight, you'll notice that his shield is actually replenished, and he will do so multiple times throughout the fight, and in this stage he'll start doing different mid-range attacks. They hit a lot harder, but they're a little bit easier to dodge as they're a lot slower. If you understand what he's going to do next, it's pretty easy to learn his pattern. After the first or second attempt you might try this, which I recommend going into this expecting to lose a few times. Now the reason we use the fan vessel is actually to help break his shield. You can see how quickly it goes down, and while he's stuck in that tornado sort of section, you can do a lot of attacks, get a lot more damage off, and he also can't attack you while he's stuck in there. The fan is obviously a more effective way to get rid of his shield and move on to the next stage of the fight. This stage he does a fair amount of ranged attacks, but they're pretty easy to dodge, and you can use your staff spin ability to block the first part of his set ranged attacks that he does. The reason I actually chose to use the Wandering White Spirit is, one, it's definitely the best one in the game, in my opinion, but it does a big chunk of damage to his health even when he has his shield up, which is very helpful to take as much health as possible, even if he does have his shield up. Now the last section of the fight, we use our transformation again, as we did use our fan vessel midway and it hasn't regenerated yet, but using this, like you saw earlier, absolutely destroys his shield, and later in the fight it doesn't do as much, but it does do a fair amount, and you'll see that we take away about 75% of his shield, which obviously helps to get him down to the point where you can fully take off his shield. Now one thing I do recommend is, if you haven't unlocked it already, unlock the skill that allows you to charge up your heavy attacks while in cloud step form. This helps you avoid his attacks as he cannot see you, and basically you get a free fully charged attack off, and you'll see exactly what I mean. We finished the fight with that move, and it just helps out a lot being able to get a little bit of space between you and him.